The resource curse. You may have heard of what's often referred to as the resource curse or resource trap. Some of the poorest countries on Earth have precious stones like diamonds and emeralds, rare metals like gold and silver, energy sources like oil or natural gas, and other minerals you may not have heard of but that play an important role in our lives, like bauxite, which is used to make aluminum for soda cans, tin foil, utensils, and parts of airplanes. In many countries with these extraordinary natural resources, a few people have gotten very rich, while many people have stayed very poor, and thousands, in some places millions, have died in the fighting over resource wealth. The tens of thousands who died and millions who became refugees after the Sierra Leone Civil War of 1991 to 2002, a war largely over diamonds, is a tragically perfect example of the resource curse. To be clear, resource wealth doesn't always lead to civil war and chaos. Botswana has diamonds, lots and lots of diamonds. For decades, Botswana's leaders have invested much of the money made from diamond sales in building roads, bringing electricity to more people, and improving education at all levels. In other words, investments to help an economy grow and people move out of poverty. From independence in 1966 through the 1990s, Botswana's economy grew faster than any other in the developing world, even South Korea's. Making smart investments was only part of the story. Botswana also established clear property rights so that everybody knows what they own and what they don't, the rule of law, creating a police force and court system that treats people fairly at least much of the time, a commitment to transparency about where the diamond wealth was being invested, and a democratic election system, the one party has dominated. Who governs and how they lead, called governance, matters, particularly when thinking about addressing complex challenges like poverty. Botswana still struggles with extreme poverty and inequality. Too many people in Botswana still live on less than $1.25 a day, while some people have gotten very rich off diamonds, but it's much better off than it would have been if its leaders had kept all the diamond wealth for themselves. More countries and more people, including in Sierra Leone, are determined to break the resource curse. And yet, many countries still need leaders more interested in the collective future of all their people and making long-term investments in things like schools, hospitals, energy, and internet connectivity. When countries don't make long-term investments like those, aren't transparent about where the money is being spent, don't have clear property rights, and don't have a fair legal system, that's often referred to as poor governance, regardless of whether a country has mineral wealth or not. Countries with poor governance, like North Korea, also rarely have freedom of press, reporters who are free to report on any stories they choose, because people in power don't want any criticism. They also rarely have freedom of assembly, people able to meet when and where they want, because people in power don't want citizens to be able to gather together, organize, and work for better governance. Some academics think poor governance is what best explains why some countries are poor. Others think geography and disease, lack of access to water, higher temperatures, more malaria are the main reasons why some countries are poorer than others. Still others think extreme weather is the main culprit: relentless hurricanes, floods, or monsoons. Most think it's a combination of all of those things, and most agree all have to be tackled to help countries and people escape poverty.